So this is probably the dish that really first got me interested in Filipino food. You know, I'd eaten food all across Southeast Asia, and when I tried this on my very first trip to the Philippines 10 years ago, it's like, wow, this is a really exciting, interesting cuisine. What am I talking about? It's laing. Welcome back, guys. Today we're cooking a dish that when people ask me what's your favorite Filipino food, it's probably this. And this is something that, you know, there's this really fascinating taro leaf flavor, there's chili in there, there's coconut milk in there, there's the bagoong, you know, hallmarks of Philippine cooking all coming together in this unique spicy dish, which just really does it for me. I'm gonna show you my special twist on laing, and you're gonna love this episode. Bawang, luya. Let's get these straight into the pan. Sabay-sabay sila. Bang. Oh, and I might have some water in my pan because it's spitting at me. Bawang and luya. That looks amazing. Take a look at that. Diba? There's like no better flavor combination. And it's like all spread out on the pan. Let's get our sibuyas in next. What I love about laing is really, really easy to cook actually once you got your ingredients. And if you're cooking this dun sa Estados Unidos at wala kang mga taro, you can try out with some chopped spinach leaves. It's a nice substitute for laing. It doesn't have that unique taste, but medyo, you just need a bitter dark leaf, right? It'll kind of work. This is a dish that I've met people from like Hawaii, I've met people from Indonesia, I've met people from Fiji, and they're really surprised the Philippines has this because they actually all have taro as well, and they're really surprised when they get to try how Filipinos prepare yung taro leaf, yung dahon ng gabi. So this is kind of going, you know, I think this is growing, laing's growing like a regional, global following. Like anywhere that has the taro plant, they want to cook it like this style. It's delicious. We're going to go into the bagoong next. So meron ko yung ito yung bagoong alamang. I love when you throw a bagoong in a hot pan, it just straight away may aroma dyan na matapang na salty, maalat, pista kind of flavors. And we're gonna pour in our coconut milk next. To complete our laing base. So you can turn the heat down now on your stovetop. Now, like all Bicol dishes, siyempre meron tayong labuyo, and siyempre I'm probably gonna put in slightly more than the ordinary Filipino might because I like my dishes hot. So I'm just gonna bruise these with the back of a knife and then throw them straight in the pot to really infuse our coconut milk with a nice chili heat. Filipino 101 language for all of you. There's a difference between gabi and gabi. So if you were to say magandang gabi, bayan, you would actually be saying good taro leaf to you, sir, right? And what you want to say is magandang gabi, bayan, which means good evening to you, sir. Little language 101 tip. There's a lot of Filipino words, but just that one, like how you say the vowel totally changes the meaning. So watch out for that. Now, speaking of gabi, we are going to get our dahon ng gabi in now. Na ito na mga taro leaves, and these have been dried. If you don't properly dry in the sun your taro leaves first, they can give you this like, itchiness in the back of your throat when you eat them. So these have been dried out, and then we're gonna add this into our laing base, our coconut cream and chili. According to every Bicolano I talk to, bawal is stir, right? You get to like put it in, and then you're not allowed to stir it anymore. I don't know the science behind that. Nobody can explain the science behind that to me, but apparently if you're a real Bicolano, that's what you do. You don't stir it anymore. And we're gonna add in a little bit of water at this point, you know, just to make sure our leaves are sufficiently covered by our coconut mixture. Add in less or more depending on how much liquid you already have in there. Okay, so all of my leaves are now in the mixture. We're gonna let this simmer for 15 to 25 minutes. We'll wait until we see the on a low heat. We'll wait until we see the oil start to separate, similar to with the Bicol Express, which if you haven't watched already, you can check out here. And while we wait for this, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, dito ka i-push. Never miss another episode of Food and Fun from the Philippines with me, Chris Urbano. Share this recipe and help me take Filipino food global. Okay, so laing can be done as a traditional straight vegetarian dish, but Filipinos will typically add a bit of pork or hipon, prawns to their laing. Now, when I go to Bicol, minsan they put those like tiny, yung super liit na hipon dun sa laing nila, but I don't like that like crunchy yung mga shell in my laing. So I actually love to use medium-sized prawn, shell them and chop them so that when you eat it, you get this like prawny goodness, pero talagang malaman yung laing mo. Like you really get that nice chunk of prawn meat there. So I've got this chopped, maybe about 6 to 8 medium prawns that have just been chopped into maybe 1 centimeter pieces. And that's my twist on laing, that's how I like it. And I'll just gently stir that through. Our laing still like give it maybe about 5 more minutes from this consistency just to get a little bit drier. But that's just looking super creamy. And our prawns will turn a nice red color in about 3 to 5 minutes, and this will be ready to plate then. So tapos na, you can see the coconut oil is just starting to separate again on the laing, which means this is ready to go. Looks delicious. Our prawns have turned a lovely pink color as well. So I'm ready to plate this up, but I'll cut the heat over here and I'll give you a little masterclass on, when you plate this, you want that like, kind of chili flour, yung bulaklak ng sili, ha? So these are currently opening up, and I'll show you how to make some chili flowers to do the plating. We're just gonna grab, you need a small sharp paring knife for this. It's a little hard with a big chef's knife. And we're just gonna cut a cross pattern in this. Hopefully you guys can see in the close-up what I'm doing. Just be careful not to tear the outsides. So you kind of cut in your square pattern, and then to get it to open up, you gotta just drop it in some cold water for about 5 minutes. So I'll put that in here. And you can see here's one I started earlier, how it's just opening up. And in another minute or two, that will be ready to put on a plate and make our laing look super, super ganda sa plating, ha? Okay, tapos na yung ating laing. I'm gonna plate this up into our lovely bowls here. And then to finish this off, we have our bulaklak ng sili labuyo. Okay, just as a lovely reminder of what is in this dish and how spicy it might be. I think we're ready to try this one out. So, okay, it's time. I don't even have rice here. I just want to eat this right away. Got a little bit of prawn in there para completo yung flavors. Yes. Grabe, sauce pa, masarap. I just love having that whole chunk of prawn in there. You look at the like crunchy of the little prawns, it's like really meaty. And it just pairs nicely. You get that savory prawn crunch. Because they only cook for about 5 minutes at the end. And then the creaminess, the coconut, and that unique taro kind of bitterness. The hint of sili coming through. If you want it hotter, you can just, take a bite of the labuyo. I'm sure you all want me to do that. Let's make it a little hotter, huh? Because I think that wasn't spicy enough. See, the whole Maputing cooking crew have to eat this later, so they're all telling me wag sobrang dami ng mga sili. Because I think my Bicol Express earlier was super hot, so I'm gonna just have a bite of it to get it up as spicy as I like. Oh, yun na. Really good. I love when you get the burn at the end of the coconut milk soap. I think this is one of the undiscovered secrets of the Philippines waiting to go global. And if you want to help me take Filipino food global, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with all of our kababayans and your friends wherever you are sa buong mundo. Ako po si Chris Urbano, bringing you food and fun from the Philippines. We'll see you next time. Now we're gonna use our dahon ng gabi. So, gabi? Gabi.
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 It's different. Gabi.
Okay. Magandang gabi.